Okay, guys, so I'm going to talk about something very serious today. I'm going to talk about my sexual abuse, like childhood sexual abuse. And I'm also going to share how, you know, I had like a weird sexual encounter. So there was this woman who lived with us. She wasn't a stranger. She lived with us, so meaning she was inside our but she was like inside my life, my life. She wasn't a stranger. So she kind of took care of myself and my brother. She would take us to school, make us food, wash our clothes. So she had all access to us, really. My parents are very busy. They were very hardworking, working. So, and this was normal back then. I'm a 90s baby. This was very normal back then, as a young woman. You ask someone to come and help you take care of your kids as you work. Like it was a normal thing. So So basically, so basically, what she used to do was she would, touch my private part, and she would also like get me to like touch her private part as well. Now, as you can imagine, I don't really want to get too like graphic into like what exactly she did because of YouTube restrictions, and also I think it might be a bit too much. But she would basically like play with my private part, and then she would also use my hand to play with her private part as well. At this time, I'm 7 years old or I'm 8 years old, right? So I have no clue. I have no idea what is going on. She would have been like maybe 18, 19, 20. So she was a full grown adult, really. So I would like to say she knew what she was doing, but obviously I didn't know what I was doing. And it took me a while to realize that, oh my God, like this is not normal. Like people should not be doing this. This is very, very, very weird. And if I can remember correctly, I mean, she would have said things like, don't tell anyone, or, there's no need to tell anyone, or don't tell your parents, and things like that. And this is very, very common with, people who like abuse or molest young children. They will always say things like, they would, your parents, your siblings, everybody you love, yourself, I don't want to say the word. We'll talk about that next week as well. Like, how do they like really abuse, sexually abuse your child, And as you can imagine, this was very traumatizing for me when I had to like work through all the emotions. If you know about the stages of grief, you understand that when something traumatic or something bad happens, you go through different stages, and it's different for different people. Some people might go straight to the last stage, which is acceptance, and then go right back to the first stage, which is like, I can't remember if it's anger or something. But for me, when I started like realizing like, oh my God, what this girl did to me was very weird and it's not normal. Especially girl to girl relationship is very abnormal. I started getting very angry, very, very, very upset. And weirdly enough, I actually like, because we don't live in the same country. So I reached out to her. I sent her a long message and I said, look, I know you did this, and you have never apologized to me. I don't even want an apology. I just want you to know that I know that you did this to me, and it's very disgusting, and I'm very, very like, I just said all sort of stuff. Like, I didn't want an apology. I just wanted her to know that I knew, because this is somebody who would still like come around, our family, like everything is okay and yada yada yada. So I wanted her to know that, she had done, like, I know what happened, kind of a way. But of course, she denied everything. She was like, "Oh, it's all in your head, gaslighting." Read or Google it. She was like, "That did not happen. How can you say such a thing? How can you?" And I just said, "Look, I'm not here to come and have a disagreement on, who did this, why did you do this, if you did. Like, I'm coming to tell you what you did, because what you're not gonna do is, invalidate what happened to me, like traumatized me even more. So I sent her the long message. When she responded back with her rubbish, I just blocked her on everything, blocked her on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Like basically just telling her, get the flip away from me for the rest of your life, you know? Even in the afterlife, never come near me. Now, sometimes I realize that that anger, excuse me, that anger is still there. And I feel like if you are someone who has been like molested, or, you know, you've had full on like sexual experience where you've actually done the thing with someone of the same sex or someone of the opposite sex, just know that anger might be something that is very, very like real for you, or that keeps coming up for you. You know, that shows that, you know, you need to get help, you need to start working on it, because it just means that those traumatic moment or event, they, your brain is trying to tell you to work on them, because you're in pain basically, right? You're upset, and you're right to be upset, but as an adult you can't like keep carrying that on. Do you get what I mean? Now, I said I was also going to share another story, like as an adult, like a weird sexual experience I had. So, when should I share? Should I share the timeline? When I was in school, when I was in school, I went for like a all girls sleepover. With, so my parents went around. I went for all girls sleepover, and you know, we had a great time. We actually had an amazing time. Weirdly enough, um so went to bed. So everybody's going to bed, I'm going to bed, and obviously like there was a lot of us, so we had to like share beds and share rooms, you know. So I ended up sharing a bed with this other girl, and you know, we kind of talked and stuff, and then we fell asleep. But I'm a night owl, so it's really hard for me to fall asleep. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I'm still up. So next thing, she, you know, I just noticed that she started like touching my leg with her leg, and then she started like touching my body with her hand, and like tried to like fondle and stuff. Initially, I was kind of like, and this is the sad part about all this kind of things. It's because like you don't like, well, I would like to think that you don't see these things as normal, because these behaviors are like abnormal. I feel like when they happen, you are in shock, like you're just like, wait, did that just happen? But this is why I'm making this video, to remove that element of shock from your life, and for you to be ever ready for yourself, for your child, and never stay stuck in shock, and actually do something, because that's what, you know, that's what's going to help you really, right? So I noticed that, you know, she started doing that, started trying to touch me, touch my, you know, private areas and stuff. And when I realized that, okay, this girl is not daydreaming, she's not sleepwalking, like she's actually, she knows what she's doing, and she wants me to continue this rubbish with her, I literally got off the bed. Like, that's one thing about me. Like, once I find out and I'm like fully aware of something, I like, my reaction is really quick. Like, I'll do anything to get away or stop that thing. Honestly, anything, right? So I got off the bed. Like, when I got off the bed, she was still pretending to be like sleepy. So I got off the bed, and I, you know, packed my stuff, and I can't remember if I like got an Uber or if I walked home, but I remember just leaving like without telling anyone. And it was the next day where I kind of told someone that, oh my God, and they were like, ah, yeah, this girl's a bit weird, and da 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 da. Now, that's all I'm going to share in this video, in this part one. I just wanted to kind of, you know, let you know that, you know, this is normal, and it happens to a lot of people. Like, it's not even a shock. Sorry, my voice is a bit cracky. As you can imagine, this is a very difficult topic to talk about publicly. No matter your race, no matter your belief, I know that a lot of people have also experienced this. Even for men, you know, some men have also experienced this as well. So this video is to just connect with you and let you know that what happened to you is valid. You know, you are not daydreaming, you are not having a nightmare. What happened to you is real. I want you to know that it is okay. It happens to a lot of people. And I also want you, from this video, the only thing I would like for you to do is to speak to someone about it. A trusted person. This is not about therapy or anything. Talk to someone you can trust. Now, this is very important because the first time I told someone, it was someone I trusted and it was someone I knew that wasn't going to go and tell someone else. So make sure that you tell someone that you can trust. And you might ask me, oh, why? The reason is because sometimes these repressed emotions, they just stay there and they start like creating a lot of like havoc in your life. But the minute you start talking about them, it's like you're, on I don't know what to call it, but it's like you're unwiring these emotions and it really will help you to, straighten it out, you know. So tell someone, it's really, really good for you. Like it's even research based, like, that's why therapy is such a big thing. Because as you talk more about your traumatic experiences, you start getting healing. And you'll notice that as you talk to someone about it, you might start crying, you might start shaking, you might even scream. Like a lot of emotions are going to start coming out, and that's what you want. Okay. Now, so this is all I'm going to talk about for this video. Next week in the part 2, I'm going to talk about parent handling difficult situations. There's a lot of people who maybe their husband is the one sleeping with their child, sleeping with their niece, their nephew, their nanny, and they don't know how to navigate the situation. Maybe it's, even siblings, go on Reddit, go on a lot of, you see a lot of things are happening in this world. Trust me. We're going to talk about how to handle that situation because I know it might just sound like, oh, go and talk to go to therapy or do this. But the truth is, this situation, if you don't manage it properly, it can be very dangerous. Right? Now, I won't say more than that, but it can be very dangerous. So it needs to be managed well for your safety, and for the safety of that child as well. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you resonate with this video, or if you can, if this video has helped you, healed some part of you, please like this video, subscribe, and connect with us. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And I will see you next week. Make sure you take care of yourself. And also make sure you tell someone about that thing. If you have no one that you trust, send me an email. I'll leave my email in the description box, or send me a DM. I'm not going to show to anybody. I'm not going to say it to anyone. It will be kept there. I just want you to have an outlet, basically. So take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.